And Capture Brave Axe is also 1 kill, and he still has 0 skill, so we might as well.
Every day I'm shuffling.
Yeah. Oh my! Hey, hello, welcome back. Good to see you in Fire Emblem 5 Negative Growths. We're beginning the Manster arc today. No more Avel solos, unfortunately, but at least here with me is Raisins once again. Hello.
I'm doing well. No more Avel solos, no more Mecha solos either. We got a dual cast going on. So
very different from before, I'm sure.
I know.
Chapter 4, Imprisoned.
Imprisoned. Got a big story, lots of dialogue to go through.
Yeah.
Gotta voice act these people. No, I'm kidding.
There is one part that I hopefully won't forget to show off, because it's something I want to show off about the translation patch. It's the dialogue when Leaf and Fergus get freed. But the long story is, Leaf came into Manster to free Nana and Avel, and said he got captured himself. And so he and Avel surrendered. He got thrown in prison along with Lithis. And these are the Magi people, and they're here to bail him out, so we're going to work on that. Everyone has to escape. They have to go here to the Red Arrows. Everyone who doesn't escape is fucking dead. Or, not fucking dead, but left behind, which is only ever so slightly better than dead. So we better make sure we get out with everyone we got. And to that end, we have some new units that we probably have to discuss. But once again, I would prefer not to front load at all. So how about we do these 3 today, and then next chapter I know we'll get a lot more with Fergus and Karen, so we can save those for next time. How about that?
That's about good. I was about to suggest these 3, and then whenever we bust the other 2 out of prison, we do those 2.
Yeah, that could work too. Could work too. But I think we can save until next one, because that way we get 3 dudes today. Well, 4 if we count the dashing guy, and then next time we can get 3 more characters, counting Aspel. That would be.
I think that's fair.
My idea. Okay, so the easiest one to start with is probably Laura, because she's gonna be showing off her skills today quite a lot. She's another thief, but you know, very different in nature from Lithis, wouldn't you say?
From Lithis? I mean, in the sense that like Lithis actually has some stats, and she doesn't really like. She's just a lockpick on a unit who can move around, I guess. I do know, of course, she gets a bit of a class change later. So like I do know at least that about her. But I mean, I think a lot of the things that we said about thieves for Lithis are pretty much the same for Lara, right? Like, she can steal, she can capture bait, she can use a lockpick to open things up, and obviously all those things are incredibly important in Thracia. You probably shouldn't let Lara die ever. That said, as far as combat goes, like, I mean, the stats speak for themselves. You can see pretty much exactly what she's capable of, and you don't even have to do much addition or subtraction to figure out. Like, there's a lot of zeros here.
Yeah, I would say Lara is almost like Lithis taken to a further extremes, like even worse at his worst areas, and even, well, better, not really better at lockpicking or anything than Lithis is. She is worse at stealing because she cannot take any weapons lighter than her con, or she cannot take any weapons heavier than her con. There we go, that's the word I'm looking for. So she can't take tomes, she can't take iron swords like Lithis can after promotion, assuming no con level ups, so she's a little worse at stealing. She does have a movement star. Lithis has 2 movement stars, so that's a small difference, I guess. But that class change she gets later on will completely change the way that you play the game with her. So for now, she's just a thief, but she'll be much more important later on. I agree, never let her die. It's honestly kind of hard to get her killed because almost every enemy will try to capture her, so as long as they don't have 2 range, they will just go for an instant capture as long as she doesn't have a weapon to cook. I guess almost always make sure that Lara has no weapons and no items on her. Whenever she's in enemy range, she almost can't die, because enemies will constantly flock towards that 3 build or that 3 con to try and capture her. So that's what I'm going to do with Lara, is make sure it doesn't happen. And in this case, I'm going to leave her out of range, so it's going to open this door with her. And then we're probably going to need some help with that, because if we leave her here to this soldier, that's going to end up in some suboptimal results. So to help her out, we got Brighton and Matcha. They're actually a couple. Do you have a preference on who to analyze first?
Let's go for Matcha.
Matcha. All right, Matcha it is. So is there a reason you chose Matcha?
To be honest, there wasn't. I think I just like, Myrmidon, let's go. Neuron's activated. I saw it. Let's scroll down to the skills too, because I always forget who has who. Okay, you have Wrath, or not Wrath, Vantage.
Close enough.
And that means the other person has Wrath. I do recall that, yes.
Yes.
So Of the people whom you get to, bust out Leaf with in the Mancer. Oh my goodness, how do I English? Of the people you get in the Mancer arc, Matcha and Brighton, since you said they're a couple. I don't know if they're a couple in the lore.
They are.
Oh, that's kind of
These two are. Yeah, they're the Wrath Vantage couple.
Oh, okay.
I just realized.
Yeah, and I guess so. Oh, they're like Orson and Halvin. Oh my goodness, that's adorable.
I know, right?
There's so many of them, yeah. But they're the only two with skills, at least for right now. I think we'll get a unit later with Hedge skills.
Yeah.
But I mean, her having Vantage is pretty cool. These stats are actually pretty reasonable. I'm not gonna lie. Right, like she can double a lot of things. I don't really know exactly how much she can one round, and her low con means that she's losing a lot of speed from using a heavier weapon. But like, to be honest, I think if we actually line up her combat stats with someone, it'll be easier. But I know we're not going to attack a soldier this turn. I kind of know what move you're gonna make.
Yeah. Yeah, she might fight some. I generally find her strength is a little problematic when it comes to one-rounding things. She will often be relying on a critical hit, which is kind of what the Myrmidon archetype tries to do. Matcha has a FCM of 3, so reasonable amount of crit, but not to the point where we'd call it reliable unless you have a Killing Edge. Killing Edge has 30 crit, so that could shoot her up to 90 crit on the second hit, which is pretty good. But Killing Edges are kind of rare, and if you rely on them to one-round enemies, you're kind of limited in what you can do. And there's better candidates for that kind of combat as well, as we'll probably get into mostly the next chapter with Fergus. So usually yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was about to say, I think as far as her combat goes and her crits, yeah, FCM3 is like pretty unreliable, as you say, but she does have support with Brighton. So whether she gets the +10 crit or whether she's getting the +10 or giving the +10 crit to him.
Yeah, I need to double check real quick if she actually benefits from that support, because I know it's a one-way support actually, and I think she actually benefits Brighton, but not the other way around, which cuts into the reliability. Yeah, it's kind of weird for a couple to not have the two-way support, but there you have it. That's as much background as we get on their marriage, I guess. But yeah, that kind of hurts her. The other interesting thing about Match has, of course, Vantage, which I don't find particularly useful, because when you think about it, Vantage only really matters if one of both sides in combat is going to die, and probably matters most if both of them are going to die, which with Matcha's low strength is not very likely that she makes a difference in that regard. Maybe you have like a Brave Sword on her at some point, then she could kill enemies before they hit her, but generally the skill doesn't do much. Like maybe if you hit an enemy, and in an enemy phase you attack first and you kill them, that can come up sometimes, but I find it's pretty rare that Vantage is actually useful. It's even less worth noting than, for example, Halvin's Vantage, because at least he has an early Brave Axe, whereas Matcha has nowhere close to being able to use a B-rank Brave Sword. So that's kind of unfortunate. And then I will say there's one thing that I do not want Matcha for in a couple chapters in Chapter 5. Like one particular enemy that I think she'll be the only one able to take on, which is very weird when you look at my army now, but it'll make sense when we get there. So I'm hoping to be able to hold her back just for that purpose, because if she loses like the wrong stats, she might not be able to do it anymore, and I'll be in big trouble. But other than that, I don't think I'll be making a whole lot of use of Matcha. She's kind of like the unit that works really well if you just, want to scroll stack someone and make him really good, or if you're just looking for a temporary unit. But almost everything else is kind of hard to justify using her over auto units. But if you like Matcha a lot, you can still get away with it very easily, because her start isn't terrible. It works out. It's fine. It's good enough for what we have going here. And she'll be very useful in this chapter. Also of note, she has 6 move indoors, which is kind of nice. When she promotes, yeah, she becomes a hero instead of a Swordmaster like you would expect. Most other Myrmidons in this game promote to Swordmaster. She becomes a hero. I'd almost prefer Swordmaster, because Swordmaster has an extra point of movements. They have 7 instead of 6. In exchange, she gets axes, which in most other games would be much better. You get access to hand axes, and you get weapon triangle, but both of those things are kind of shitty in this game. I'd almost rather just stick to using swords, so I think it's questionable, but at least it makes her very unique. It gives her some cool unit feel, so that's kind of nice, I guess. But I've never gotten
give her the Brave Axe.
Yeah, that sense, but she gets E-rank axes, so it's still some training required, I think, to get to the D. So I don't know. It's all kind of almost there, but not quite for me with Matcha. But she's a cool temporary unit, and I enjoy the Master arc for enabling you to use more units. If you're not using them long term, you can try them out, and if they work out for you, that's all the better.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of units in Thracia will have some unchangeable things like skills or FCM and whatnot that can make them more or less attractive to train up and scroll stack to a big extent. And I guess Matcha is one of them, but I think for right now, and especially in the context of this playthrough, her her ball of stats is pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
So, like,
Works
but
out.
it's nothing. It's
good
nothing
enough.
amazing.
It's good enough. It's
it'll
alright.
do.
It'll do for now.
Yeah. This is a man of more extremes, wouldn't you say? Good old Brighton.
Oh boy. Oh, good old Brighton. Wait, are these stats like just lower than Matcha's?
They're pretty bad. Yeah, they're pretty bad.
Wow. I didn't realize that, but
But he does have.
yeah, no
this.
wonder Matcha's stats look so good. Oh yeah, he's got that. So, so we do get Brighton the Axe Knight. However, we are in Manchester right now, so everyone's dismounted and using swords. That's kind of like what's going on right now. In case you're wondering, like, why is everyone running around with swords? Why don't they give us, some variety here? Whenever we get to an outdoor segment, we do get that variety, but for right now, we're just stuck inside using swords. Between the two of them, I kind of far prefer Brighton. Like, if I had to choose one between Matcha and Brighton, like, I'm definitely choosing him because Wrath is pretty good, as it turns out. Very reliable crits on any phase. He has the Steel Sword too. I guess they both have rank for Steel Sword, but he's actually able to crit people with it. It's kind of nice. So,
Yeah.
I do sometimes use him after Manster a bit, just because, I don't know, like, I like Axe Knights, and I probably scroll stacked him a bunch. He's kind of funny. I do think FCM1 is, like, not really doing him any favors, but he has Wrath, so, like, Wrath is basically like FCM5, except it works on the other, so you switch the attacks. So, like, why do you care about low FCM on a unit? If he had FCM5 and no Wrath, people would be like, oh my goodness, he's amazing. But, instead of getting the crit on the second attack, he gets it on the first one, so.
Yeah, and I think that works out better for him than if he had FCM5 because his speed is kind of trash. It's only a 4 base, which is enough to double 0-AS enemies, but Thracia, it has that variance, right? So there are 0-AS enemies, but they're not everywhere. So you're gonna need some speed on him, which in a normal playthrough you can fix his speed pretty easily, but it does take some effort. So with Wrath, he's better off. But over-relying on Wrath for Brighton, I think, is a bit of a problem because, as I said, he doesn't double. So if he misses his Wrath attack, which can definitely happen, like, he only has 77 hit before enemy avoid right now, and Weapon Triangle could, like, deduct another 5 from that and make it even more reliable. So if he misses, he generally just doesn't kill anything. If he does hit, though, the enemy is just probably dead or crippled, so that's pretty good. And he's one of your bulkier units. Like, 5 defense doesn't look like much, but 28 HP is quite a bit. And defensively, he's better than most of the units you got right now. Like, he's better than Lara and Matcha in that regard, that's for sure, as long as he doesn't get doubled. I find him a little bit hard to use after Manster, but the cool thing with Axe units is you can always give him the Brave Axe, give him that kind of favoritism and make him good. Even Marty works that way, and Brighton is no different. His stats will get a little bit better when mounting because you get a slight bonus from getting on a horse in that way. So that can also help him a little bit, but just like Matcha, he's usually more of a temporary unit for me that's useful in the next, like, I would say 4 or 5 maps, and then after that, whether you field him is, like, depending on whether you like him and whether he's really worth it, but generally you'll have better units at that time. But again, Thracia switches it up a bit, kind of like Radiant Dawn. Gives you a group of different units to work with, and if you want to keep using them, you can. If you don't want to, you can just bench him without feeling too guilty about it. He's a good temporary unit, and he can be a good regular unit if you want him to be, but it'll take some effort because he's a little bit underwhelming in the statistical areas that you want to be good in. But for now, he'll get the job done. Being mounted is definitely going to be helpful for him when we get outdoors, but the next couple chapters will all be indoors. You said we're going to use the Steel Sword on him, which we will, but right now I think he's best off with this Short Sword, and we'll leave Matcha with the Steel Sword. She will lose speed, but not enough to not get doubled here. And I think I'll leave Lara's items on her for now. I forgot how this is going to work. I think actually I might take... hold on, Thracia trade is Opido. I might take her Slim Sword now and drop her inside the treasure room so she doesn't get attacked by the soldiers. If you've seen me stream Thracia, you probably know almost the exact strategy I'm going to be doing. But if you see me stream Thracia and watching these, you probably like Thracia a lot, so you probably won't mind. Basically, I want to get out of here without, getting murked and getting a lot of XP. So that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I can imagine. This is a map that has infinite reinforcements, if I recall. Like, we were talking about the units. Like, I was really excited, honestly, more than the units, just the map. I really love this one. So, I'm very curious to see how you go through here, how you get out of here. You have probably done Manster so many times. Oh no, poor Brighton. You've probably done Manster so many times. You can, like, do it in your sleep with your eyes closed, like 2 years ago.
Probably. Okay, not this one. The next Leaf Fergus combo. We're not skipping that one. This one we can skip. Okay, yeah, there's not infinite reinforcements, but there are a lot. So we do have to be prepared for that. Let me think. So I'm definitely opening this door with Lara. So to free Lithus, who was imprisoned alongside us here. And usually I only have one enemy soldier here, and this enemy soldier is kind of dead, but we could probably make him dead. I think she has a spare turn to do so. We Steel Sword here. We double and we wanted kill, so that's probably the best option here.
Wow, here I was talking down Matcha so much. This is pretty good, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's pretty alright. I think that guy, she wouldn't have won right if we didn't hit him first, but fortunately Brighton did his second hit and he was able to double. You have a Vuln for me? No, unfortunate. Now we can get Lithus outside. I can't move him all the way, but he doesn't have to. But I do want to lockpick on him, so I think what I'll do is I'll go here. And then to make sure Lithus doesn't get captured, I'll go over here. And I'll take a Slim Sword, I guess. And just stand here. Now the soldier will be enticed to capture Laura, who still has a lockpick because I'm dumb. So,
yeah, if
that
guy captures Laura and then the brigand kills the soldier, are we just like soft locked?
Probably. Probably. Well, not quite soft locked, but we'll be there, yeah. So don't listen to me. Don't do what I do. Trade away her lockpick before you make this move. I should have done that with Matcha before. But let me see if that actually goes wrong. Probably will. The brigands usually kill. Yep,
go for Laura. Capture, maybe.
Yeah, maybe the brigands will take the lockpick from me and be like, haha, you don't have a lockpick now.
Nice. Lamau got him.
I do still, funnily enough, I do still have a chest key. And if the lockpick is in one of the right chests, because the items that were on Lithus last time, okay, this is good. Now we can maybe take the lockpick back.
Oh, nice. Oh, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Did that guy just roll high on move?
I think they have 6 move always. But you can't get there.
Okay.
No matter what. Okay. We'll be slightly delayed in our adventure, but no biggie. That's fine.
What are you going to do? Capture?
Yeah, I'll just steal back with Lithus. So you can go here, just kind of move on. And you can steal the lockpick back for now. Still holding Lara though. And then you can get started on these chests. So this is why the inventories of Leaf and Lithus were so important, because their inventories are loaded into these chests. They only had like, I want to say like 5 or 6 items on them. Manster adds like 4 more items to these chests. So I think there's a rapier, a vulnerary, an iron sword, and a javelin or something like that. So we're gonna be seeing those, but we also get our inventory here. So like, there's a javelin. That's useless. You don't want that, but it's in there to confuse you. Okay, so
maybe later on when we've mounted our units.
Yeah, maybe. But even then,
use it
the thing is like, Karen is your Pegasus Knight, right? But she has her lance track is too low to use javelin, so it's literally a troll item, I think. Oh, this is gonna kill this guy.
Well,
goodbye.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Okay. Laura is now free. The brigands, their survival does not matter for this chapter. These NPCs are somewhat expendable, so they're going to take care of some soldiers for us. Like, Lithus just kind of bullied these guys, or kind of bluffed his way out of this jail. And now these brigands are like trying to come along with him, so trying to make a good impression on him, so they're going to beat up these soldiers for us. They do like to capture these red soldiers, which can be quite funny, which sometimes backfires a little bit.
I think they might have tried to do it right there even.
Yeah. So. That might have been why he missed, but then again, he only has like 4 base skill, so I can never tell. Okay, keep raiding these chests.
Keep opening chests.
Steel sword, okay.
Pretty good.
Lithus should be in range to open a door. Normally I opened this door like a turn earlier, so hopefully this won't cause any bad consequences. This is the convo I want to drop real quick. So Fergus like,
curious why.
Yeah. Fergus like, hey, come to rescue us. Let's make a break for it. Another day. Does it matter? Let's get far away from here. And this is the game, the story, instructing you on how escape works. So he's like, what happens if I escape first? Now, you might think this is a liberty of the translation from Project Exile, and after that, Little Manster. But this was actually in the original. This was actually in the original Japanese text, and they just forgot to do that with the kind of, what's it called? This kind of weird Shire translation. So they added that back. They restored the order from Japanese version. So this is the game explaining how escaping works. But in Shire translation, it was like, well, if I escape first, what happens? We'll just come after you or something. So Fergus is like, yeah, we'll escape with you, and that kind of tricked a lot of people into escaping with Leaf first, which ends up with him being all alone for the next like 5 chapters, which is kind of sad.
Don't escape with Leaf first. This is our first escape map, right? So
yeah.
Oh, is this like what you wanted to point about the translation patch? Was that in some of the other patches they just literally explained the escape mechanic wrong? I thought it was about escape with the square brackets around it. Like,
yeah, the old patch had it wrong. This one seems to have it right. I'm pretty sure from Project Exile onwards, it's been like this, like the way you're seeing it now, with some changes.
Okay. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
So speaking of escape map, we've talked a lot about the units. We haven't really talked like the map and the overall strategy. Like, what's your plan here? I know you mentioned you didn't want to give Matcha much XP.
Yeah.
Because I think you have a plan for her later.
Yeah, Matcha,
So-
I wanted to retain some of her stats. I don't know if I'll be able to, but that's the plan. For now, I want to get the treasure, of course, and eventually I want all my units to be like free to do things. But I do need to get some of them to certain spots on the map, so I'll be working on that for the next couple of turns. So when we get the treasure, some of these treasures I want to get to certain units as well. I won't have to fight too much, but I do want to kill these 2 Armor Knights, and maybe if I can steal this 1 Vulnerary, I will. But I might need some movement stars to do that. Perhaps what I'll be able to do is do something cheeky with Lara here.
I mean, does she have a lockpick even?
She doesn't, so she's free to do something else if she wants to.
Ooh.
But
Oh, that should be funny, yeah.
either that or Lithis can do it. Or you can just help with lockpicking here. Like, what if I give her this lockpick this turn? And if she gets a movement star, which, because she does have one of these, she can open a treasure room. But that's not the case, unfortunately.
Good old shitter movement star. Didn't
Yeah.
like this time, though.
It's like, as long as there's no drawback to trying, it's fine to like try for a couple of these.
Yeah,
also
I think
Fergus to get a weapon.
We have like 4 swords here, so
Yeah, Brighton has a couple spares, so he'll get this Iron Sword to Fergus, who is not as chunky as Brighton, so he could use the Iron Sword. And I'll send Karen here to this bottom corridor.
we can look it up. Let me see. I'm curious to see about that one-way support between Matcha and Brighton.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know that. I thought it was a 2-way.
Yeah, there's only like a couple 2-ways in this game, honestly. Most supports are 1-way, I feel like. A lot of them are Leafs, for example. Leaf supports are almost all 1-way.
Yeah, so Matcha supports Brighton, but not the other way around.
Yeah, which is, I mean, it's still a beneficial support because it adds 10 hit to Brighton's like very precarious Wrath attacks. I do think one of these brigands rolled up a move. I feel like they're moving more than they should. You have 6. Do you have 7 then? Yeah, because NPCs can roll a movement too, so this guy has 7, so he's like, I'm speed.
Wait, look at his hit rate too.
What do you mean? Of course.
Come on.
You can have this one, chest key. All right, I think you already have one of those, but that's fine. Good old 20-use chest key is very helpful to have around.
Very handy.
You're heading here. I actually changed my mind. I think Brighton. I'll send Fergus down here actually. Leaf can go here, and you 2 can go robbing chests. So go.
So
in
a
here.
question: if Leaf gets captured, is it a game over right away, or
No, you can get him back, but if an enemy, like once an enemy captures someone, they will always try to escape. They will stop attacking you unless they're like trapped, in which case I think they'll attack you. But if you, how do I put this? If they escape with Leaf in their saddlebags, like if they're holding Leaf while they escape, then you're gonna game over.
Yeah.
I
I was so concerned there because they like left Leaf completely on his own without a weapon on like a part of the map where ambush spawns doesn't show up. I'm like, Mecha.
Yeah, but I'm
what
pretty
do
sure
you
there's no ambush spawns yet on this part of the map, but there will be a lot, which is what I'm preparing for.
Okay, for sure. I guess I think like the first time I went through this map, I just went so slow that
Yeah.
it felt like there were infinite reinforcements. I must have been here on like,
Yeah. But
gosh, how late was I here?
I mean,
The reinforcements didn't stop though.
yeah, I'm a turn later than I usually am, but it's still pretty feasible. I mean, if Leaf doesn't make it, you can make it with your Thieves because they have 7 moves, so that's a lot easier to make as well. I'm gonna send Brighton over here to maybe get the chest key to the other side because they both have a chest key. They don't both need a chest key. There's a couple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so go here, and you 2 can hang out here. Hopefully one more.
Oh, blocking the spawns.
Oh, there we go. Okay, there you go.
Got him.
Yeah. So this should block the spawns. This is why I'm recommending people to play the chapters if they're like playing along, play the chapters before I do, because I'm gonna cheese the heck out of this chapter. Because for one, my excuse is I don't want XP, but the other excuse is I don't want to deal with the shit.
Yeah,
Ooh,
no,
nice.
fair.
Lockpick. That's why I brought it, so that they can both have a lockpick. Open
The
this
lockpick's
chest.
reproduced.
And a light brand. Very good as well. That should be all my units. And this squabble between the Armor Knights and the Brigands is kind of weird because one of these Knights has a vulnerary. I prefer to steal it off of him if I can get away with it, but that's not always the case. And one of them has a door key, that one doesn't matter. Brigands do usually.
So the reinforcements in Thracia are all like spot reinforcements. There are no walk-ons like GBA. So we've actually just completely blocked the reinforcements from showing up.
Yeah.
Wow, that could just free reign. It's like these 2 Armor Knights and that's it.
Yeah. They'll be banging on the prison door like, "Hey, let me in!" And we're like, "No, no, there's a weaponless lord in your way. I'm sorry, you can't get in." Okay, I think I'm still looking for the rapier in the chest. I don't think we've seen that yet, which is the best way to kill these Armor Knights if the brigands somehow fail. Yeah, this guy's definitely about to use a vulnerary, which is unfortunate. Sometimes I manage to steal it from him. So you can go grab this chest key. And honestly, I'm gonna take some other stuff maybe. Nah, he doesn't have enough. I was like, this is some dumb micromanaging stuff, but what you can do is like, you can get the javelin on the person who's gonna open a chest, and you can send the javelin to convoy when you open it, so you have less items to juggle with. But
that's actually pretty helpful,
like next level. That's next level stuff.
I mean, like, we've already kind of gone over the javelin isn't really that good. You might as well.
Yeah. Let's go over here. Movement Star. Ooh, okay, all right. Let's open this one.
Hey,
open.
Dude, Mecha's pretty good at video games. Eh?
Yeah, I know, right? I'm so good at the video game. Okay, open that one. Open this chest, I guess. Get the Vuln. All the bad treasure. We got the Light Brand here, though. We can get that to Leaf while we're on our way elsewhere. Okay, so you have the chest key. Yeah, all good. Just these reinforcement blockers left.
The rapier just got eaten, I guess.
Okay, so that guy's gonna Vuln. So that brigand on the left is probably dying, which means I might want someone to interfere. I guess Leaf can do that if we block reinforcement with someone else, or we can just let these brigands scrap for another round. It's all good. Come on, guys, you can do it. Oh, you're going for the other one? Yeah, that makes sense. You're gonna die, though.
Like, man, this didn't work. Oh, and prep. Okay.
Goodbye. Yeah, they don't matter. The guys that do matter, though, are these NPCs that are in the prison cells to the left and the right of the Armor Knights.
These guys have no speed.
Yeah, they suck. The civilians, if they all escape, you get Chapter 4X, another guy in Chapter. We do want that. But in order to get that done, you do need to like block reinforcement for a little bit, or fight your way through, which is horrible. So don't recommend that. But while we're busy, I mean, we can steal the phone this turn. And because Litha still has a weapon, they will not kill him. Not in one round anyway. Yeah, we can definitely steal the phone this turn. And that will make it, it's not just greedy, it also makes it easier on the brigands to get the job done here. So this
for sure, and that's for later.
There we go, we're still good at video games too. There
even better.
Get out of here.
We Gale Forced the door key, I guess.
Yeah. Gale for key? Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah, I don't know.
What I might do, it doesn't really matter that much. I prefer to like have the thieves open the doors and then go elsewhere so they can, what's it called? So they can
do more important things. Chest key gang can take care of the chests, right?
Exactly.
So.
But unfortunately, all my chest keys are on this side. I guess I'll just have Brighton get ready for these chests, and then the Thief Gang can do other things. But Thief Gang is almost done anyway. Like, there were sometimes the chest positions which are randomized are just in a spot where you can't really do much with Chest Key Gang. Especially if you also screw up that move that I did with Lara, where I had to take her lockpick back and lose a turn. Okay, that's a stalemate, alright. Can you please just kill this guy now?
Please, we got it.
Oh, come on, brigand guys. Oh, come on, guys. You got this. Come on.
Everyone misses.
Yeah. Fun fact, the brigands also fatigue. It really doesn't matter, but they do fatigue. Enemies also fatigue, I think. Yeah, goodbye.
But seriously?
Come on, go on.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter. What if it's a like boss who shows up immediately the next map? Are there any like red units that do that? They show up on one map and then they're also present on the next?
I can think of a couple, but I think their fatigue might get reset because they're like different loadouts. Not sure though. Okay, I'm gonna go here first. Free civilians, open this chest room for Brighton. And what I could do, because I'm not super confident in the brigands, is like replace Leaf with Lara for a moment so that Leaf can go over here and do his thing with the Light Brand for once. Like actually show off his animation and everything.
Oh yeah, we haven't used him at all.
Exactly. First time Leaf user. Second time donator. I mean,
every time the camera moves, I'm like, oh crap, we forgot a reinforcement.
Yeah, it still pans over to where the reinforcement would spawn. Gets me every time. By brigand? Yeah, by brigands. I mean, I knew the brigand. I knew we'd get hit because the armor got hit. So obviously we're both gonna hit this time. Yeah, they got trouble. They can't handle this. They can't do this. This guy's too strong. We need some help over here.
Wait, what? No, how much defense does Brigand have?
Brigand man has 6 defense.
So he's taking
3 damage. 3. Maybe he's got this. How much does Leaf do?
Maybe he's got it.
12 with 0 magic. So you can actually do 12 damage to this guy. So he's 3
damage.
magic brigand though. So or 3 magic armor knight. So You might still
What
appreciate
is
the
this, Radiant
assistance.
Dawn?
I know, right? I know, right? Okay, let's get this chest room now. Open it up with Brighton. Alright, all good. But I think for first-time players, this map is very, very different. You get like reinforcements from all sides all the time, and like I said, some of them last until turn 64, which is super hectic. So
Oh wow.
it's exhilarating experience if you're playing through it, because you're trying to rush to the exit up north with like while everyone's getting attacked over and over. It's super annoying and super
Like not
scary.
rig all your weapons. Yeah.
Yeah, and especially because sometimes people know that this is coming and they will load up Leaf and Lith's inventories with a lot of items. And as a result, you spend much longer in the chest room. Like, I only brought a low amount of items on purpose so I don't have to take forever getting all these chests. But I'm also not under time pressure because I'm not getting reinforcements. But if I were, it'd be super hard to get every chest because the thieves will be much more busy getting all the chests and they need protection too from the reinforcements. So if you're playing this chapter straight, not cheesing it like I am, I do not recommend bringing too much treasure to this map because it's just making it harder on yourself generally. Okay,
If you were to play the map straight, you think it's good to like split up a bunch of units like this, or to just kind of like ball up and like stay consistent?
I think you would ball up for the most part. Okay, I'm gonna. If this brigand can make it through on his own, I'll be forever grateful. He does 5 damage. He takes 3. So unless he gets really unlucky, you should be able to 1v1 the guy, which means no XP on Leaf. Which that means maybe I can get my first Leaf combat later. But he's ready for it if the brigand fails. That's the important part. He's gonna take 3 here. Do 5 now. Okay, looking good, looking good. And now he can get the kill. Get him, brigands. Capture this guy. Capture him.
Oh no.
Take another 3. Oh no, miss. Okay.
Is he actually trying to capture?
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think if he tried to capture, maybe he'd do no damage though, because his strength would get halved.
Maybe.
So I would hope not. But you know, I can't fault him for trying. It goes down to.
Oh, he'd still kill, I think.
Yeah, you go down to I would say 3 strength. I think it runs down. 3 strength instead of 7. He loses 4, so it goes down to 12. He would do 1 damage, yeah. I think if it works the way it does, then yeah.
Oh no, he's capture baiting.
Finally, the rapier, last treasure. Okay, that one goes to Fergus. Fergus has the rank to use rapier at the base, which will be very relevant for next map. So, I guess it's all down to Brigand Kun. Can he get it done? Can he get it done?
Please, can you do it?
You
All
got
right,
this,
we
friend.
believe in you.
Okay, he's gonna get attacked first.
But then he gets the counter, so.
Exactly. Then he gets another attempt. Come on. Yeah, got him.
Nice.
Get out of here.
Easy win.
NPCs.
And these brigands just kind of like
Mm-hmm.
leave after a bit, right?
5 in. Okay, and they're escaping. That will secure 4x. The right ones need to escape too. So, next order of business is getting Leaf here. I think the brigands will try to escape now, or just stand still. I forgot which. You can just go here, I guess. Just kind of chill.
I mean, you're blocking out the brigands' escape squares, so.
I
do
guess
wonder
I
what
am.
to do.
Wait, am I? I think the civilians are still able to escape, so.
Well, they go to the right, but the brigand goes south, so.
Does he?
I think so. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, he can escape later. That's fine. If I'm stuck here, he's stuck here with me.
Oh no, we have a green unit.
Okay, and now we're now we got all the treasure. We blocked all reinforcements, and now, obviously, if I vacate these spots to escape, these enemies will come to me anyway, and that'll be, you know, a waste of a cheese. So my next move will be to end turn repeatedly until turn 64 when these reinforcements stop.
Oh, seriously?
Seriously.
I was literally about to suggest that, like, jokingly. Like, there's no way Mecha would do that, right?
Of course I will.
Like,
Come on.
Come on, there's no way.
It's a small price to pay for cheese. I mean, I'm Dutch. I love my cheese. Come on. Also, looks like he found an escape square after all to the right.
There you go. Did we get the chest in the top left or no?
I think so. Actually, you might be right. We might not have. We might have something to do for these last couple turns. Yeah, we okay. Let's get it with our chest key.
There you go.
Maybe we could send the javelin home after all.
I mean, we're here doing much stuff. Might as well. Javelin's on the right, I think.
Yeah,
with
I think it's
Matcha.
Matcha. Okay. All right. We found something to do. Get that javelin. This is the
Found a
last thing to
task.
do. All right. Speed up button. Here we go.
That's very funny. Definitely the first time I played this map, I had a lot of trouble, and I think you're right. I definitely followed the pattern. We're just over prepared as a like retaliation or as a reaction to how I played it the first time. I was like, oh, okay, give me all my stuff. And I think like if you bring too many items, then items here will just disappear. Or
Yes, if you bring... I mean, there's only room for 4 rooms of 4 chests, so that would be 16. So if you bring more than 12, yeah, some of your items just vanish, I think. I don't think they even go to the convoy. So you're literally better off
pretty bad,
giving them to
actually.
Ava than you are of putting them in your units. Funny as
my
that is.
goodness. Okay,
Okay, how about a quick enter a marathon with some silly music? How about that?
sounds good.
Okay. Alright, execute order turn 66. We have now completely nuked any chance of S ranking this game because, you know, this game does have a tactics rank of sorts. And now we are free to move our units away from this. And we're not done cheesing, actually. We're not done cheesing. I've done this strategy on stream a couple times, but I just want to have a more properly explained version of it on here as well. So,
Better.
you might know that this room up here is very dangerous. It's completely dark right now. It's like Thracia fog in here, but if you open it, you'll see just what's in it. And let me tell you right now, there's a lot of enemies in there that I do not want to fight. Well, first of all, they give me XP, but second of all, they also just hurt a lot. They give you chances of death. It's not pretty. If you're playing this game for the first time and you do not want to, like, restart this whole progress of getting through all these chests and all the soldiers and everything, I will not fault anyone for making a save state. Like, if they ever remake this game, I think they should put a save point right here. Like, one of those DSFE save points, where you just, like, okay,
Oh yeah, no.
if you die, you just restart from there.
Because I can imagine the heartbreak of someone who like just earnestly struggles with this early part and fending off reinforcements. Like, all right, clear, we're good to go, and then they open the door, just do.
Yeah, just get dunked on. So I'm gonna make a very specific setup here. I want a... Let me think here. I want Laura here with a lockpick. I want Lifis somewhere around here. It doesn't really matter what he has very much.
Oh goodness, this seems elaborate. What are we doing?
And I think I want Leaf like around here somewhere. And everyone else should ball up somewhere in the bottom. That is the plan for it. So that's what we're setting up right now. It's not too much work. Yeah, Lifis around here. Probably a bit more up, but it doesn't matter that much. Hopefully I can pull it off while talking coherently. I don't trust myself too, but, you know, that's why we're here. And this, I think this will do. Lifis, it doesn't really matter much where he is right now. So what I'm gonna do now, first of all, is definitely not save state. Second of all, is open this door. And then you will find this room is full of angry units, I think all of which will want to kill Lara, but fortunately one of them is Dashin, the armor knight over here. He's recruitable because, you know, he has a portrait, everyone else does not, so that's how you know he's recruitable. Definitely. And
definitely.
Well, we'll see what he does. We'll see what he makes of the situation. But normally, if you open this door with your fragile thief here, you're like, oh shit, oh god, oh no.
I'm like, oh.
Oh no. But let's see what happens.
So you're gonna capture bait somebody, or?
Yep. Nom
There
nom
you go.
nom nom nom.
Nom nom.
Now, remember what I said before. Enemies that have someone captured, they behave differently from enemies that do not. Enemies that have someone captured will go for an escape square. Now, you would think the closest escape square is, you know, right here, the big red arrows that we've been pointing towards this whole episode. Like, okay, they're gonna go up here. But you'll find that there's a different idea here. The other enemies that do not have anyone captured, they're just looking for the nearest targets that they want to attack. And in their case, it's generally going to be Leaf because he's the closest. I'm just going to check real quick whether they have like extra move to look out for. So this guy's 5, 5, 5. All good 5s. Armor Knights always have 5, 5. You got 5. Good boy. What about you? 6. That's right. That's what a mage should have. 6. The priest.
Oh, a mage. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
They just sit, right? Those priests.
Yeah, they just... Well, I think they actually try to run away from you. Like, they know they're about to get captured, because that's what happens sometimes. I think they'll, like, move up when you get to that room. They'll, like, try to stay out of capture range, I think. That's what the idea is. Okay, so there they come down. Moving down. Coming through. Big Armor Knight squad coming through. Unfortunately, the mages kind of get blocked by the Armor Knight, so they can't move their full move. So Leaf can stay full ahead. I wanted Leaf here because he has 6 move. So now we just want to be out of range of these, so... because I know they all have 5, the furthest range they have is Dashin. He's the frontmost units. Just want to make absolutely sure I'm doing it right. I think I am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This looks about right. I want to be as close to Leaf as possible so that they have no reason to go the other way around. So just for that, I'm going to move back a little bit further even with these units. Even though it doesn't really matter. I just wanted them to like out of the way. I just don't want to be in attack range. So I'm gonna go here.
I think I can kind of see what's going on. Oh, he's going right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, duh. Okay. I was
Gosh.
like, how are you gonna get leave to talk to Dawson? It's like, then I remember there's another detail.
Yeah. There's 2 other details, in fact. I wonder if you can spot them both.
Mm,
Okay. what is
spot all the details.
all the details.
This is definitely a good old-fashioned AI minute.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna move exactly 5 tiles with Leaf. Actually, if we move 4, that's also fine, because these guys both have 5 move, and they don't have 1 to range.
Mm-hmm.
Battle Axe, and, oh, Javelin, actually. So this guy
Yeah,
doesn't
never
have
mind.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. So Leaf wants to be here. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Yeah, I think this is right.
Yeah, I think this is right.
Beautiful.
Cool.
And I think everyone else is moving left, actually. Almost everyone else. So Dashin is gonna go here. Okay, Lithus is perfectly positioned. Everyone just kind of, like, eat this way. I'll stay
Go this way.
Yeah, honestly, it doesn't matter because Lithus is gonna stay here, I think. I'm gonna go... Actually, if Dawson goes here, that could be troublesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think Lithus actually wants to be here. Hopefully they won't take the bait on. Nice. Okay, that could have been a good recruitment
There
too,
you
I guess.
Mhm.
Okay, this should secure at least partial victory, but there might be a caveat somewhere along the way.
They're all closer to Leaf, I think. And if not, like, what a mage goes east, we got 4 units that can gang up on them. Like,
Yeah.
We should be fine.
Yeah, it's just... I don't want to have to, but it might happen. Oh, you what, mate?
Oh, because you blocked the reinforcement squares? Or
Oh,
what?
Huh?
What? I don't quite get it.
Me neither. I don't know what's going on. Is it because they blocked this?
Is it because you blocked the south squares?
I mean, that makes no sense.
Like, are they
though.
trying to escape, or they want to get out of Manchester too? I guess.
I guess so, yeah. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's actually slightly problematic if I keep going my usual plan. Because I know if I move Lithus up now, they're gonna be like, haha, free thief, let's get him, guys.
Can't you always recruit Dawson next turn though?
Yeah, I think I'll delay the recruitment next turn. The question is, how do I make these guys move? Because I definitely don't want them to stay here.
Could you try like repositioning the people on the bottom?
That's
like,
what I think too, yeah. Just kind of move them out of the way of both the bottom and the top.
I think so.
Like this. It shouldn't affect them. Like, they should see Leaf and be like, oh, we can get him, let's go.
Maybe this Leaf had the light bearer and they're like, wait a minute, this is a magic weapon.
Hold up, I don't like
I
this.
think,
I'm an
I
armor
think
knight.
I like killed a Dune last time. So
Yeah. The foreshadowing.
they heard the stories.
Okay, hopefully this will fix it, because this is the last turn I can recruit Dash, and he's going to be gone with my Laura after this. Okay, you should move first, that's fine. What are you guys doing? Did I do this too many times? Did the game learn from my methods? Are they just done? Are they just going to sit there? Okay, let's bring Dashin in. Somehow Lithus can recruit him. He doesn't really appear in the conversation, like his portrait doesn't appear, but you can get the exact same conversation with both Leaf and Lithus. I guess
Wait,
because they're both around last chapter when you saved Dashin's kid. So that's why.
So yeah, Lithus was around to see it, I guess.
Mhm.
Alright, well,
Alright, we get
So-
Dashin. Let me drop off Laura so we can see his normal stats, right?
see what we can do to dislodge these people.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess so. But first, while we ruminate over that, let's talk about Dashin, right? So the lockpick is Laura's, but everything else is his own inventory. So this is big guy Dashin. Yes, he has more fans you would expect of a generic armor knight. So are you one of those?
oh, am I one of those? I mean, it's pretty cool. I like him. I was like running around with him in the Devil Axe the other time. Because I mean, spoiler alert, you get a Devil Axe. It didn't last very long.
The Devil Axe?
But no, he's a
Dashin.
cool. Dashin, yeah. I tend to enjoy bringing the Brave Axe here, just because, like, I don't know, I kind of like Dawson. He's a cool dude, and like, to be honest, I don't think he's the greatest unit in the game, and I'm not gonna go and prattle on about, oh my god, Armor Knight bad, his low movement, because don't like everyone in this arc has 5 movement, okay? Like, he's not really any different than like Brighton, or I think Karen also has 5 movement too, right?
Yeah, every
think
dismounted person has 5 move.
I think the real story is not his stats right now, but actually the stats on the Battle Axe. So why don't we check that? Because for a lot of people, this is going to be his only weapon for a very long time. But it does have 10 crit, and actually quite a lot of might. So it's highly unreliable. It's pretty likely to miss. It's also pretty likely to crit. And it only has 20 uses, but like, I don't know. It's a pretty fun weapon. High weight, but does he actually get weighed down by it? I don't
Nah.
think so.
He's chunky.
Nah. Look at that. And not that matters. It can't double anything anyway. But for sure, definitely a fun unit. Just because, again, the Battle Axe is like high crits. He can dish out some insane damage, but like 44 attack. Can anyone survive that? I don't think so.
Maybe there's an Armor Knight somewhere that can do it, but it will generally kill a lot of things. I will say Brighton does come with a Steel Axe you can give to him if you prefer to play it a bit more safely. And you can also theoretically obtain more axes, either by bringing them in from earlier chapters, like the Brave Axe, like you said, or by capturing an enemy Armor Knight. But that's pretty tough to capture because, you know, they're going to have a lot of build and a lot of defense, so grabbing them with your low build units is going to be pretty tricky. If you're capturing someone, it's probably going to be with Dashin in his arc because he has the most con out of anybody. It's both a blessing and a curse because it will also make it hard to carry him around if you wanted to do that. Like, it's pretty hard to participate in rescue chains with Dashin. But the upside is he can make those rescue chains happen because he can lift up almost anyone. He can rescue Brighton, who is otherwise the most chunky unit. So there's upsides and downsides to having high con in this part. His accuracy is really problematic with only 66 with this Battle Axe, and I do definitely recommend if you want to use Dashin here, the Brave Axe is a good thing to bring. I didn't bring it because I thought Dagdar might need it, so that's why I don't have it, but I'm half regretting it already because just looking at the 66-8 over here. The other problem with Dashin, of course, is just classic Armor Knight problems. The move, I don't really mind too much right now. It will get annoying later, but right now it doesn't matter that much. The magic being 0, it's kind of tragic. Speed being 2 means he just doesn't double anything. Luck 0 means unless he's a scroll, he's probably going to face crit from like mages and other things. That's kind of annoying. Skill is pretty low, but he's pretty tanky. He can take a lot of hits. Some enemies don't even want to attack him with 11 defense. So if you want to put like someone on the front lines that's not going to die, Dashin will probably be your guy. I've played this game so much that the higher durability of Dashin doesn't give me more options than other characters do. Like, for example, if it can have a more offensively oriented unit survive combat and fight enemies, I'll probably use them instead because they'll kill the enemies, which can be more helpful than just having more bulk. But for beginning players, I definitely recommend hiding behind Dashin whenever it's convenient. Just be wary of mages, and you'll be fine. Another unit that's not that great long term, but short term, definitely recommend using for whatever he's useful for.
Speaking of low luck, we forgot to bring a scroll into Manster, but I think we're about to get one soon, so...
Yeah, we are.
Like, if we need one, then I guess we can use that.
Okay, so now we've made this movement.
What's going on here?
I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea what they're doing.
Okay.
They just don't want to fight, I guess. They're just
what
like...
happens if we like put Leaf in the javelin attack range? Like, I mean, let's see if they move this time.
Okay. That somehow unstuck them. What did we change? We didn't change anything from last turn, did we? Nothing significant. We got Dashin, I guess.
I guess they all have that. Like,
I know what we did.
What
are you doing? Go back. Fuck, go back. Go back. Okay. Annoying, but still dealable with. Okay.
What did we do?
Well, I don't know.
I'm curious what your theory is.
I think we caught them on the lunch break.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I think they all have Klein and Tate AI, and we all got unlucky.
Okay, Dashin does want to KO this mage with the Battle Axe. Alternatively, Lifis Okos him with the Steel Command. That just leaves the Armor Knight with his Javelin. I kind of don't want to move Lifis up here this far because of the other enemies, but if we sandwich ourselves between, they'll be like equally terrible. But if we get him close to this group and then rapier them with Fergus, that will be our way out, I guess.
I think so, yeah.
So I'm just worried that like if I move Lifis up now, they'll go for him. That's kind of what I'm worried about. So
like, there's no rush. They're coming to us, so
they are. I just don't want to be in a spot where I have to fight my way through these. But I think I can afford to wait one more turn and just move in the other units a bit closer to this group. So I definitely want to give the rapier to Fergus. Flamesword I don't think he'll need, but I'll just give it to him. Fulminary is pretty good on him. Don't move him in range. Don't want to get that extra XP when I don't need to. Oh, we can capture bait the Javelin guy too if we want to. That'll make him easier to take care of as well. Kind of like that idea, actually. If the mage captures, that's fine too. But I'm pretty sure the Armor Knight moves first. Yeah, all Armor Knights move first. Okay, we'll put Lara one to the left to get captured. She doesn't have any items on her, but it's fine.
And that will lower the Armor Knight defense too, right?
Yeah, so it'll make him very easy to kill. We'll get Karen up in here. Just hide Lifis a little bit. I don't think he's in range of the Thunder Mage now.
No, fine. As long as we're further back than Lara.
Yeah.
We should be good.
Yeah, and Lara doesn't even get, like, want to kill by the mage. I was, like, slightly exaggerating when I said she might. Over here, And then, I mean, Leaf just has to move 5 squares because he's still out of range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully they won't have their lunch break again. Well, if they do, it's fine too. Okay, let's
Have second breakfast.
Let's see. Yeah, having brunch after dinner party.
Oh no.
Okay, you're coming at least. Okay, it looks like this whole squad is coming. That's good. I don't want to fight these clowns. Okay, you're grabbing her. That's good. And here comes the mage. Perfect. Okay, that's what I wanted. Okay, this is what I like about Thracia. Is like, even though I've obviously played every chapter, like I can beat it with my eyes closed, like you said. There's always some weird kind of anomaly that shows up in these chapters that makes me improvise and like work my way around it. It's so satisfying when it works. I said we're going to analyze Fergus next, but you know, this is a pretty good demonstration of what he's all about. So goodbye.
Bye.
Fergus good. Goodbye.
Rapier crit, Karen support. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
What's not to like?
Exactly. It's a great demonstration of Fergus. Oko, your Thunder Tome. Take that for free, please.
Capture for no XP.
Yeah, probably get him out of the way. Might as well. I think Dashin and Brighton combined can probably take him. He has 6 con, so I don't think you can capture with equal builds. So yeah, that's gonna have to be it. So grab him. If we don't, he'll just escape anyway. But this will just get him out of my way. He might do something slightly inconvenient. So take and release.
Let him go. All right, easy.
And don't move too far up. I don't think we're in danger of like enticing them to go the other way, but might as well play it safe, right? Just kind of stick around here.
Yeah, if we follow the strategy, that's like 100% chance of success. There's no reason to do anything silly and deviate from it.
Like, what are we trying to do? Entertain people? Hell no.
Nah, come on.
I want to do this. Okay, so we've had... I think we've had... That was our only round of combat so far, I think, right? I think that's the only combat we did.
Like actual combat?
Yeah, like fighting. Like the battle screen came up. The battle screen came up.
There were like the couple soldiers at the very start.
Right.
Yeah, we got out of here in like probably what 4 combats. Not bad.
Yeah. Pacifist gaming. It's one of the best parts of Negative Growth. You don't feel bad about it. In fact, you're looking for these kind of clears. It's so cute. Okay, come over here. Just keep moving 5. Honestly, that's fine. Just move 5. 5 is all you need.
And then everyone has to escape, and then we should be out of here.
Yeah. And like, I think every time they have to go around the corner, they like get themselves even further stuck behind these guys.
Oh yeah, they just
The biggest nuisance
with a big straight line.
Yeah, the biggest nuisance with these guys is that one of them has a battle axe, which can always crit you if you don't bring a scroll. So that can like just straight up want to kill somebody.
Oh yeah, that's that guy Dawson, or
yeah, Dashin also has
an extra Armonite.
Yeah, it's gonna like cop the budget Dawson basically. Yeah. Okay, I move Macha because she's 6, so she can get ahead of the pack. If we're very fast, we might be able to like cap one of these priests, but they like to get out of my way. But I think I can probably steal one of their heals at least with Lithus.
That's true. Well, capture's better than steal because steal gives XP. So
yeah, but you know the capture boys are a bit further behind. Like I actually can't capture these guys with Matcha. They have 7 and
wait, really?
8. Yeah, they're fat. They're
goodness.
I don't mean to like shame them or anything, but they're kind of thick.
I mean, maybe it's like this is just Molder first, you know? Cognitive Molder first. You know?
Yeah.
We did get the chest in the top left, right?
Yeah. I think it had the flame sword. Nice straight line. Nice, very satisfying formation right here, guys.
That's right. Well done.
Okay, they're gonna run away. Like, watch this. Let's put them here. That will make them eligible for all of them. Laura can't steal heal stabs. They're also too thick. They have 4 weight, so Laura has 1 too few con. Like her opening dialogue actually says like I can't steal heavy items like you guys can, or like I can't hold heavy items like you guys can. 5 move, go ahead.
She's letting you know that's not what she's about. Out of all the Magi, she just doesn't want to steal. We didn't even swallow a Vaughn on this map. Dang, okay, well done.
Yeah, I thought I might need one on Fergus, and then you just have to fight a captured enemy instead. It's very convenient.
And there we go, 100% chance.
Yeah. By the way, if you find Thracia slow, hold A, and they'll move fast. I think this feature is unlocked in New Game Plus, but the new patch unlocks it by default, so that's very helpful.
Oh.
I think they like to block escape squares sometimes, so I think I have time to steal both, fortunately. So we'll take this guy's heal. Thank you for your contribution.
Yep.
Thank you for your contribution. Okay, now I think they'll try to escape, because they no longer have any items they can use, so we'll just block the escape square from them with our auto units.
Gotta give them an avenue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do we need to set up any like inventories for next map, or no?
Maybe.
What do you think?
Fergus has what he needs, so he's fine. Dashin, I like to have him to use the torch. That's fine too. It could be good to give him the steel axe that Brighton has. I'd never do that, but probably should. A 55 hit, what the hell? It's actually like kind of bad. I just realized.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I was like trying
It's
to
like
correct
worse
you
than the
on
battle axe.
13 mites. It's like I'm you but better in here. Okay, then I guess I'll just keep it the way it is. I guess.
You can keep it.
Yeah, just keep your dude. I think I'll keep Karen empty. She's good for capture baiting as well. Lara, I think I may take Lithus items off of him and like split it among other units. I'll probably do it.
Yeah, it'd be easier to get him capture baited that way too.
Yes,
so.
exactly. Sometimes like what he does is like steal a tome and then still be in enemy range. Okay, there we go. That's what I want.
Perfect. Yeah, this is a good way to spread the items around.
I'm really good at this game. Okay, so take their stuff. I can't.
We don't need a lockpick right away. I don't think so.
No, definitely not in turn 1. I'll need it back at some point. Like it's good to remember where it is, but that's about it. Okay, if I give some stuff to Lara, I can trade it off of her with someone who escapes. That's probably prudent. Next level. I think Leaf is in range, so we should be good to
we
escape
just get
this
out.
one.
Think so.
Straight out of Manster. Okay, come on, boys. One last movement conga. Bonk, bonk.
The priest is gonna block our way. Watch it.
Oh, that might be the case, actually. I think we're good.
Okay, that was almost.
I think they're trying to escape from the south now, or like one of these civilian entrances, basically. Civilian exit. Okay, Dashin has some space, so take this other stuff. Take this, and Escapo.
And escape.
Everyone's got to escape. And then Leaf has to escape. If Leaf escapes, the map ends, and everyone who's on the field is captured. Considered captured, which means you can get them back later, but it's so late in the game. It's like chapter 21x that you get them back.
Like, practically it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So just to be sure, did this patch change the location of the escape key? Because I remember being at the very top of the menu whenever I got there.
Yeah. So in the Shia patch, it's at the top, and there's like an optional patch where you can put it back at the top if you're used to that. But what would happen a lot is you'd like escape accidentally. Like it's like Wait used to be at the top, like you could accidentally. I had this problem with like Safi and Nana a lot, where I'd like to try to heal someone, but I'd accidentally wait because it's the top menu. Whereas in other games, heal is at the top.
It was at the top.
So you use like aim mashing through it basically, because you're empty. That's good. Good point. In regards,
another
gentlemen.
Clean getaway. I love Karen's escape quote if we ever do it. So.
Sorry to talk out like this. Watch your back, okay?
Yeah, they all have their own quote. They say it every map.
Yeah, unfortunately, like it's really flavorful when they first do it, but then they do it like every map after that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Everyone else is being like, "Oh, I should be letting you guys go first." You know, like I should be the hero. I should be generous. And Karen's like, "Out of my way."
Yeah. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Come on. Let's go.
Going out.
Let's get out of here.
I want to Sandminster.
They are addressing like a Leaf, I think, when they're going like escaping first. Cause like they're like the second to last to escape. They're like, I'm going out first. Goodbye.
See you.
Going ahead of everybody like this. Literally the last person. Okay, and if you're ever not sure if everyone has escaped, you can check with the unit menu to see who else is present on the map, or you can just press the R button and then double cycle like between your remaining units. So what I've definitely had happen before is like someone's like right here or something. Like I just forgot like moving them for like 10 turns straight. And it's like, oh shit, how am I ever going to get out? And the answer is, that's the neat part, you don't. But
when you trace your units escaping the map ASMR very soon.
Yeah.
Right at the end, it's like very clear L spamming to make sure Leaf is the last one.
Yeah. R spamming.
Okay. R spamming, maybe. Oh hey, it's genealogy moment.
Yes. It's dark people talking. Very ominous. And we should have unlocked chapter 4X, so we'll be doing that next time. Hope you enjoyed this cheesy demonstration, and I'll be hoping to show you another one next time.
I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting a lot of fights, but I think this is a pretty clever solution, not gonna lie.
Nah, don't worry. If you like fighting, there'll be a lot of fighting next time.
That's true. That's true.
I'll see you then.
Alright.